After an SUV crashes into the back of their school bus this morning.
Plus, we're live in Parsons, Kansas for our More Power to You tour. We're going to tell you all about what's going on here in Parsons and, of course, break down your forecast coming up.
And health fears for Britain's Queen Elizabeth, what palace officials are saying.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
An SUV rear ends a school bus loaded with Joplin students headed to Soaring Heights Elementary this morning. Police say no one was injured. This is KOAM News at noon. I'm Tanya Bach. The crash happened just before 7:30 this morning on East 7th near Catherine Avenue. Duquesne police say both vehicles were headed east when the SUV crashed into the back of the bus, breaking out the lower rear window on the emergency escape door. Dunnewick Fire, Duquesne Police, and Mets responded. The school district says parents were contacted and most of the students were taken to Soaring Heights Elementary on another bus, while some were transported by parents. Once at school, the students were checked out by district nurses and given access to counseling if needed. Well, today our More Power to You tour takes us to Parsons, Kansas, and we sent our own Chris Warner to a pocket park called The Gathering Place. He joins us there now live.
Yeah, we're live in downtown Parsons. The Gathering Place is just right next door to me right here, and it's a little bit sunny, so we decided we'd showcase the beauty of downtown Parsons here on Main Street. And right now, I am joined by Dave Maddox with the Parsons Historic Museum. So welcome to our new news. It's great to be here in Parsons and have you here with us. So one of the things I first want to ask you, what's some of the key history of Parsons?
Well, if you don't already know, basically Parsons was started by the Missouri-Kansas-Texas Railway, which is better known as the Katy, which we have a Katy Day celebration every year, commemorating that. But in the late 1870s, the Katy Railroad had 2 branches, one coming from Junction City, one coming from Sedalia, Missouri. And coming south, they were looking for a junction point for it to build a town, and Levi Parsons, who was then the president of the Katy Railroad, basically on a map picked this spot basically because the 2 Lebec Creeks joined here and it looked like a good area to build, and so that's the only reason the town is here, is because of the railroad and Levi Parsons pointing out that spot on the map.
So just pointed at the map and said, this is a good spot for a town.
It had to be coming down. There had to be some place that, the railroads could join. And everyone wanted that spot to be land that they owned, but this is the spot that he chose.
So it just happened to work out. It seems like a great location, of course, for Parsons. I don't think we'd have it.
The railroad is still right up here going across. That's the same railroad that's been there since the 1870s.
Wow. So, and it's just a couple, 2 or 3 blocks down.
Obviously upgraded, but that is the same spot that it's been for 150 years, 51 years now.
That's just incredible. So, talking about the Historic Museum, what are some of the bigger features that people can find there?
Well, we do have at the very entrance to the museum is the Bender Stone, which, if you're not familiar with the Benders, about 10 miles west of town, it was basically the scene of the first mass murders, or at least publicized mass murders. The Bender family killed a bunch of people. We have the stone that was the front hearth to their lodging or whatever, and it's embedded in the ground. So that's kind of neat. We have plenty of old things that have to do with Parsons, businesses that were here, a lot of pictures. If you're looking for information on people who went to school here or something, we have a yearbook collection that goes all the way back to the very beginning. So plenty of things to look at. And then a new addition is the Farm Heritage Center, which is just across, that has a lot of old-time farm equipment and that type of stuff.
And so just briefly, what can you tell me about that new location?
About the
Farm Heritage.
The Farm Heritage.
Yeah.
Well, it's just opened in the last couple months. They've got a big steam engine in there that they got. They've got a big and I'm not an expert on machinery, so I will say it appears to be some type of thresher, a precursor to a combine, a big old-fashioned one. A lot of smaller equipment. So basically, if you're interested in old-time farm machinery and stuff, that would be the place to go. And it's open the same time that the museum is open.
All right. Well, Dave Maddox with the Parsons Historical Museum joining us this afternoon. Real quick check of that forecast. Right now, we've got 80s across the board. We're 84 here in Parsons, 81 in Joplin, and 81 in Carthage. Future track on the short term doesn't have a lot to show us, but it is showing a cold front off to our northwest. It's going to bring us some rain chances. As we go through the day, high of 88, mostly clear skies. We're going to talk about those rain chances and a lot more in the 7-day here in just a few minutes. Tanya?
All right, thanks, Chris. And of course, we're all looking forward to hearing about the possibility of rain. Thanks. Well, royal officials in London say Queen Elizabeth is under medical supervision, and according to a statement from Buckingham Palace, her doctors are concerned. For now, the Queen is resting comfortably at her Scottish retreat at Balmoral Castle. Members of the royal family are traveling to Scotland to be with the 96-year-old monarch, including her son, Prince Charles, and her grandson, William, the next two in line to the British throne. The announcement comes a day after the Queen canceled a virtual meeting of her Privy Council when doctors advised her to rest following a full day of events on Tuesday when she formally asked Liz Truss to become Prime Minister. That's a look at today's top stories and weather in our first 7 minutes. Up next on KOAM News at noon, the NFL kicks off its new season tonight with the Super Bowl champion Los Angeles Rams hosting the Buffalo Bills. We get a preview of what to expect on the gridiron this season. And later, we're making Grandma Millie's apple pie in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen. It's a big day for football fans with the 103rd NFL season kicking off tonight. The Super Bowl winning Los Angeles Rams will begin their quest for another championship, but they will have their hands full as they host this year's Super Bowl favorite, the Buffalo Bills. CBS's Dana Jacobson joins us with a preview of the upcoming season.
The spectacular scores.
It's Hill in the open. Cuts it upfield. He might be gone. He is.
Ain't nothing else need to be said.
The mic'd up moments.
We going to the Super Bowl. 1, 2, 3, win.
And the confetti-capped celebrations. Nothing packs a punch
Keep hitting them.
quite like the NFL kickoff.
Derwin James was shot out of a cannon.
Los Angeles is looking to become the first back-to-back Super Bowl champion since 2005. But standing in the Rams' way is none other than a GOAT in Tom Brady, the very quarterback who captained that repeat ship in New England 17 years ago. Now 45, and after a brief 40-day retirement, Brady's quarterbacking the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, looking to secure his 8th Super Bowl ring. NFL on CBS lead analyst Tony Romo.
He got rejuvenated by going and trying to put his fingerprints on the Buccaneers team. It's just really a pleasure to watch somebody, who is the GOAT, be able to just consistently turn back the hands of time, and Father Time hasn't caught up with him.
But the league's young gunslingers may have something to say about it, with Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, and Joe Burrow, among others, all trying to make the NFL their own personal stomping ground.
This might actually be the most depth I've seen in the National Football League at the quarterback position.
And it's old faces, new places for some sure-to-be thrilling playoff races.
He's open and he's got it.
Electric receivers Tyreek Hill and Devontae Adams taking their talents to Miami and Las Vegas. And Russell Wilson, a Super Bowl winning staple for the Seattle Seahawks for a decade, swaps the green and navy for the orange and navy, the newest bucking Bronco aiming to lead Denver to the promised land.
Let's ride.
Well, the last two champions have both won the Super Bowl in their home stadium. And while the experts may not see it this way, if history does repeat itself, that would be good news for the Arizona Cardinals. Super Bowl 57 will be held in Glendale, Arizona. Still to come on the KOAM News at noon, Mr. Food.
Join us today as Grandma Millie shares her secret to making the best apple pie ever. It's quite tasty. Very nice.
Yeah.
But first, we're live in Parsons, Kansas today for our More Power to You tour. We'll have a complete look at your forecast here in just a couple of minutes. Welcome back to the KOAM News at Noon. We are live in downtown Parsons, right next to the Gathering Place, right around 18th and Main for our More Power to You tour. Make sure you stop by and see us. Of course, we're here now. We'll be back at 5 and 6. If you stop by and see us, it's your chance to win a Roku device for your TV, and you can be entered to win a pair of tickets to the Kansas City Chiefs versus the Jacksonville Jaguars on November 13th. Let's talk weather. Skywatch Storm Tracker, nothing on it right now. And as we zoom out to see a little bit more of the four-state area, you see all these sweeping radars, but you don't see anything else going on. But that's going to change in the next couple of days. Drought Tracker, not much improvement here. We still have a large amount of the area under the extreme drought conditions. We've seen slight improvement in parts of southwest Missouri thanks to the rain we have seen, but it's just not been enough. We do have rain incoming, but unfortunately, it's not going to be enough either. Another nice day for us today. I mean, it is absolutely gorgeous here right now. And again, we're watching those weekend rain chances. And then we do have some chilly evenings ahead for some of us. Friday night football coming up tomorrow night. And right now, it's looking to be good weather so far. 84 at kickoff, 79 at halftime. It'll be a bit warm, but it is going to be clear. 7th and Range Line. Partly cloudy skies right now, as you can see, and the temperature in Joplin looking pretty good, 81. And oh boy, I don't know if we can handle this heat index of 82. That's something that we've had that's been pretty nice, is we've had a heat index, but it's not been significant, and I'd like to keep it that way. We'll see what we can do. We're at 84 here in Parsons, but I'm going to tell you right now, it certainly does not feel like 84 here in Parsons. 81 Fort Scott, 80 Lamar, and 81 in Carthage. As we go through the rest of the day, we're looking at an afternoon high of 88 degrees, and then we'll have 72 by 8 o'clock, mostly clear skies. Mostly clear skies hold on through the evening, 63 for the overnight low. And the weekend, we're watching those shower chances. Late Saturday into Sunday mornings, just mostly overnight shower chances. Mostly cloudy on Saturday, 93, so daytime plans shouldn't be impacted. Showers will clear out Sunday morning into the afternoon, so again, daytime plans Sunday won't be affected. 82 degrees, though, on Sunday with this nice cool down. Future track. What we're looking at here is where we watch that cold front off to the northwest start to make its way in. This is Saturday at 11. You can see it moving right into the area, and it just brings those scattered showers, which again is not going to be enough to really help out with our drought situation. And then take a look at Monday morning, 55 degrees. And despite the cool overnight temperatures, we still warm up quite nicely. And of course, remember, you can keep the latest forecast handy with you by scanning that QR code or going to the App Store and searching for KOAM Skywatch Weather to download the KOAM Skywatch Weather app. 7-day forecast. Here we go. 92 tomorrow, mostly clear skies. The rain chances through the weekend. Then check out Sunday night, 51 for an overnight low. And then we get into the mid to upper 80s by the start of next week, and the overnight lows slow to recover. We reach 60 by Tuesday night, but otherwise we're going to be dealing with mostly clear skies. So, again, unfortunately, not much relief for the drought situation, but in terms of outdoor activities, the weather looking pretty good the next several days. Tanya?
All right, I'm definitely looking forward to those overnight lows in the 50s coming up. That'll be nice.
Yeah, it can give your AC a bit of a break.
That's for sure. Thank you so much, Chris. Well, we take this time to honor today's four-state hero, Specialist First Class Ralph Carter in the U.S. Army. The soldier from Carthage, Missouri, served 2 tours in Vietnam from 1968 to 1973. Carter earned 2 Bronze Stars. To Specialist Ralph Carter, we thank you, our four-state hero. If you like the taste of classic apple pie, you'll want to try out today's recipe. Howard shows us how to make Grandma Millie's apple pie in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen.
I'm so excited because we're launching a new series called Grandma's Best Recipes. And with us today to kick things off is Grandma Millie, who makes a pretty mean apple pie. Welcome, Millie.
Hi, Howie.
How are you?
I'm so glad to be here. Thank you for asking me.
You know, your apple pie is really good. Where did you ever learn to make them?
When my kids were little, we lived in a house with 5 apple trees, all different varieties. I never did find out what they were. And every fall, we would the boys would come and pick the apples, and the girls would go in the kitchen and prepare the apples, and we would have a blast making cakes and pies and cookies and you name it.
Tell me, what makes your pie so unique?
The trick is to use an assortment of apples, some tart, some sweet, and they need to be sliced very thin. I always add a little bit of clove to the cinnamon and the nutmeg.
I have to tell you, Millie, this is incredible. And you're right, the mix of all the different apples, along with the spices, and your TLC, of course, makes this amazing. If you'd like the recipe for Grandma Millie's apple pie, of course you can find it on our website. Millie, thanks for sharing your family secret with us.
Oh, Howard, this was so much fun. Thank you so much for having me.
I'm glad you're here. I'm Howard in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found Grandma Millie's old-fashioned way for you to say,
ooh, it's so good.
It is. Here, let's have some.
You can find this recipe along with a lot more good food from the Mr. Food Test Kitchen online. Just go to our website at KOAMnewsnow.com. Here's a look at our 4-state market prices.
We are live here in downtown Parsons. We've got Avery and Tracy with us, our friends from KLKC here in Parsons. Beautiful day out here. Are you having fun?
Yes.
Yes? How much fun are you having?
A lot of fun.
Are you having fun?
Yes, always. We always have fun in Parsons.
Lots of fun, cool stuff to do here in Parsons, and it's great weather to do it as well. We've got beautiful conditions. It was 84 here in Parsons at the noon hour. We're watching some rain chances this weekend, and then we clear out and look at these overnight. Look, check out these numbers down here, Avery. Look at this, 51 degrees. Is that cold?
Yes.
How cold is that?
What's
your preferred temperature? What do you like the best?
Probably 100.
Okay, well, then that makes 51 very cold for Avery because she prefers it to be 100. We will be live here again at 5 and 6 tonight. Make sure you come by and see us all then. Tanya, back to you.
Hey, some people like it hot. Each to his own. All right, what do we have coming up tonight at 5?
Well, more power to you tour continues in Parsons tonight. More fun, we're assuming, presumably lower than 100. We're going to hear from city officials about the retail space downtown at full capacity. Plus, Missouri Southern State University talks about Title IX changes on the campus. And there might be another reason to get a flu shot every year. New research suggests getting a flu shot might lower a person's risk of stroke. We'll have more on that for you in Health Watch. Hope you join us. KOAM News at 5 live from downtown Parsons, Kansas, where there'll be lots of fun.
And it will definitely not be 100 degrees.
That's what we're hoping, unless you're Avery.
All right, thanks for joining us for KOAM News at noon. We'll see you right back here at 5 o'clock.